Every day, national and local media headlines highlight the sexual assault crisis in higher education. But the problem has existed on college campuses for decades. In 1987, when I was a graduate student at the University of New Hampshire, 3 undergraduate men sexually assaulted a first-year woman in one of our residence halls. As a result of this highly publicized sexual assault, I went on to work with researchers and community partners and helped start Prevention Innovations Research Center.
Prevention Innovations Research Center is a research and practice collaborative that partners with community organizations to develop, evaluate, and implement violence prevention and response strategies. Our prevention strategies are being implemented on over 600 college and university campuses.
On the one hand, the research done by Prevention Innovations helps our advocates provide specialized and effective responses to victims every day throughout New Hampshire. And advocates at the same time are able to identify future research needs.
Our community partners actually came up with the idea of creating a bystander intervention program.
The bystander approach really approaches everybody as a possible helper. It really decreases people's defensiveness about talking about such a tough issue, such as violence on campus.
The Prevention Innovations Research Center exemplifies UNH's commitment to engage scholarship, a true collaboration between our researchers and external partners to generate knowledge that directly benefits the public.
All the work that we do in the lab is all related to ending violence, so it can be projects looking at evaluating a prevention program in high schools, or it could be a program in which we're looking at women's experiences of incarceration.
Prevention Innovations evidence-based work makes college campuses much safer. The strategies and response that we are teaching law enforcement today is cutting edge.
The foundation of Prevention Innovations is researcher-practitioner collaborations. So what we do is develop and evaluate prevention strategies to end sexual and relationship violence and stalking. And what we offer is really different than other prevention programs. We have a philosophy that we develop prevention strategies that aren't programs in a box. For example, we've developed the framework of Know Your Power, our bystander intervention social marketing campaign, and we work with communities to adapt and modify the campaign. And to ensure that the images are relevant to the specific community, we use evaluation to measure the impact of our intervention. This approach is really grounded in an ecological and community approach to prevention, and it doesn't assume that prevention strategies developed for one community can just be placed into another. So it's a collaboration from the very onset of the project. We really find out who is the target audience, you know, what things are important to them, what do they look like, what's the language they use, what are examples of the problem that resonate most with them. The most effective prevention strategies are ones that really resonate with the target audience. What we do is teach practitioners also that research and evaluation aren't these really big things that happen outside of their everyday work.
As a practitioner, I find the collaboration with Prevention Innovations to be incredibly helpful and effective. What we know is there's very little evidence-based programming, so the collaboration with Prevention Innovations has allowed us to design things and then test them so we can in fact say this is evidence-based.
So the Bringing the Bystander program has been around for close to a decade now, and we'll go to their school and conduct a Train the Trainers workshop where we work with them on implementing our program, but to the specific needs of their campus.
Part of what helps somebody to become a bystander is to have empathy for the victim.
You can be a pro-social bystander. So over the last, I would say 7 or 8 years, we've had the chance to travel around to universities all over our country, and we've had a chance to work with agencies that are not universities. So one of the more exciting opportunities was to train the Army in Heidelberg, Germany on our Bringing in the Bystander program, but really tailoring it to the needs of the military. Needless to say, their community is a lot different than ours, and we were able to work with them to take our program, but to fit the needs of military personnel. We often work with schools, even after the training is done, to test the efficacy of the program on their campus. So the relationship continues long after the training ends.